Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I've made a little wall hanging for Valentine's Day. If you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. I have got entirely too many canvases. I mean, I really have a stack of them, and I just haven't taken the time to do anything with it. So I thought, well, why not play a little bit for Valentine's Day? It's just a regular 12 by 12 stretch canvas, and I got this from Walmart years ago. And as you might be able to see, it's yellowed because it's old. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lines on this. And since it's 12 inches square, I'm going to do 2 and just about 2 1/4. And I'm just going to make little tick marks, and I'm going to line it off with a pencil. Okay, I actually went right there. So it wasn't quite 2 1/4. It was right between 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. And I made my marks on both sides and used a pencil. And marked it a couple of times so it was a little on the dark side. Okay, that's my base. And now I've gotten my pink paints out. And I'm starting with the very, very lightest, and this is called Cameo Pink. And there's my baby pink, which is my favorite out of all of them, I think. And this one is called Valentine Pink. Very appropriate. And then there's Pink Parfait. This one is almost a neon, but not quite. I mean, I did have a neon, which was candy pink, but I thought that was entirely too much. And then I have Pink Eraser. And you can see each color goes a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in 2 coats on each line. And I'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, I got 2 coats on each color. And while that was drying, I put a couple of coats of the candy pink on some of the wooden hearts. And as soon as this dries, I don't really know if I'm going to use black or if I'm going to use the Royal Rouge that I used in my my candy heart wreath. But this has a while to go to dry, so we'll see. And just so you know that when I painted these stripes, I used a flat brush. And it's pretty big. And I think a sponge brush might have worked. I'm just really leery about using sponge brushes because they have been known to flake off in the paints. And although it doesn't show too much if you're using dark paints, when you're using pastels, it does. Okay, I'm not going to use the top or the very bottom one. I'm going to put my lettering in here, and I've decided on the saying, all you need is love. And I printed it out and folded it, mainly to give me the middle. And of course it's going to be a little bigger than what I did here, but this is just to give me an idea. Now, like I said, this is 12 inches, so the 6 inches is the center. So I'm going to make sure that I have that marked lightly. And I'm going to do that in this second one and the third one. And I'm just going to play from there. And I chose a relatively flat brush. I made sure it was wide enough to give me a decent letter, and although it does have just a slight arc to the top, it's going to work pretty well for what I want. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start in up here, and I'm going to put the L in because it's all right there. And there's the center. And I may have to go over this again. And I probably will have to give it a second coat. And I'll go from there, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, I got the first coat on, and it's really not showing up the way I want it to. So what I'm going to do is double load the second coat. And basically, you've seen me do this before. You put one color on one side of the brush, another color on the other, and pull it back and forth for it to blend. And that's showing up pretty good. And I'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, all done. It's amazing what that little bit of black paint will do. Alrighty, now that the sun is all painted, I'm going to add the little pink hearts. And now it's done. There it is, and the nice thing about using a canvas is you don't have to worry about putting anything on the back to hang, because it's got this lip. So all you need is a nail, or if you want to use Velcro, the command strips, whatever. Works very well. So there's just another Valentine decoration I made from things I had on hand and took almost no time. The hardest part about this was waiting for the paint to dry. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.